welcome back. Thanks for joining me today. I just wanted you to take a note that I'm wearing my Star Wars shirt today because I am reviewing my very first ever Star Wars book. I'm so excited to be talking about this book today. This is the first Star Wars book I've ever read. I don't know why I've never read any other ones. I guess I do. I guess I could explain that basically, there's no starting point to Star Wars books, at least based off of the research that I have done. It's not like you start with this one and then there's like 50 in the series and you go in order. It's basically you just like can start with all different ones, read like 4 of them and then like switch to another one, read 4. Sorry, my phone cut me off because I didn't have enough storage. So anyway, I'm not exactly sure what I was just saying. But pretty much you have to read the Star Wars books in tons of different orders and tons of different ways. And that's like all that I've got from researching about it. So if anyone knows like a better way to read them and you can do it in like a long order of like all of them from like start to finish, I would love to hear about that. But pretty much like you have to just read them all mixed up. So I found out about this one from this girl on Instagram who I have been following. I'll put her out over here so you can go check her page out. But anyway, she has written about a couple of different Star Wars series that she has read, and one of them is The Queen's Shadow. And I was really excited to hear about this one because this is about Padme, and I remember as a kid when the Star Wars Phantom Menace came out, and that was when we first got our first introduction to Padmé Amidala. And we didn't get like a ton of backstory to her, which I wish we would have gotten more. So you do get a lot more of her in this book, which I thought was super cool, and it made me really like this book. I learned a lot about her as the queen and why she wears a lot of different outfits, why she does a lot of different things, why she has handmaidens, what they do, what their functions are, what they're trained to do. There was so much in this book that I just loved it. I rated it 4 stars simply because it does get like a little bit boring in spots, but there's so much to explain in this book that I really can't blame the author for that. I'm feeling like the second book and the third book are gonna be really, really good, and I cannot wait to read those. I'm tied up reading some other things right now, and that's the only reason I haven't started the next one yet. But I will be reading that very soon, and I can't wait to read that one and complete the series and then move on to my next Star Wars series. I am going to try to have like a couple of I'm going to try to have a Star Wars series going like almost at all times throughout all the other books that I'm reading, simply because I am called the Page Jedi. I have a lightsaber tattoo and I love Star Wars, and I need to get my Star Wars read on and learn more about all the characters. So we get introduced to a lot of new characters in this book, which at first was really hard to keep up with because like her handmaidens all take new names, and they take names that like match each other. So when you're introducing like 5 new characters that all have like extremely similar names, it is so hard to keep up with them. So that was something I really didn't like in the beginning, that it was like really difficult for me to wrap all that up in my head. But then obviously as the story went on, it got a lot easier to keep track of everybody. There were still like 2 of them that I kept mixing up, but anyway, I really enjoyed it. It was a really good story. It was a really good backstory for Padme. It was a really good backstory for Padme as the queen, because we got a lot of insight into that. And basically this is Padme like leaving being queen and starting being senator, which I always thought was kind of weird that she turned into a senator. I didn't really know where that came from because they really didn't give us a lot of story with that, because they were really wrapped up with like the Jedis all the time. So we got a lot of that, and we finally like know why she's a senator. And we see a lot of her relationship with Senator Palpatine in this book as well, and Senator Organa, who are big characters in the Star Wars movies. So I liked learning more about them and learning more about their relationship with Padme. And seeing like why she became a senator and why she left being queen and that type of thing. basically, if you like Padme and you like Star Wars, go read this book like ASAP. I would say it's a good series to start with. I mean, if you like more of like Jedis, like probably you might want to start with those. But if you're a big fan of Padme and the Queen and all of that, I would say to start with this one. I feel like the next one is going to have to involve Anakin in it somewhere, and we're gonna get like some of their story, which I'm really hoping for, because I like them together and I wish that they would have worked out. So we'll see, and I will talk to you about that in the next video that I make on the next Star Wars review. That's all I have to say about this one. Definitely a big 4 stars. Could have been 5 stars, but it was just like kind of, some spots was like, what's going on? This is boring. This is politics. I don't know. But for the most part, I really, really enjoyed this, and I am really looking forward to reading the next one in the series. And also, just like, let's look at this cover up close, because I love the cover. It's so interesting to look at, and I remember reading it, and every time I went to read it, I would just like look at the cover and be like, oh, it's so cool. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that one. I would love to see you over on my Instagram. I post every day, and it would be great if you could follow me over there. I post a weekly video here every single Friday, so make sure you subscribe and turn your notification bell on so that you don't miss any of those videos. Also, give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed hanging out with me today, and leave me a comment below and let me know where on earth I should start next with my next Star Wars series. And I will see you on my next video, and that's it. Bye.